Good evening, good evening. How you doing? Good to see you, good to see you. If y'all give me just 1 second, I will have my guest joining me. Good to see you. Welcome to Beneath the Surface. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers again. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Good to see everyone. Good to see y'all. Y'all keep on coming in. Y'all give me just 1 second. My guest will be with me in just 1 second. Good evening, good evening. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Good to see everybody. I hope all is well with everybody. All right, let's see if I can get them in this time. What's up, Chris? Good to see you. Let's see if I can get them on here. We're having some technical difficulties. I do apologize for this. You guys give us just 1 second. Um, okay, are you getting the request? Because I sent the request. Let me try it one more time. Hey, how y'all doing? Y'all give me just 1 second. I'm trying to get my guest in here.
What's up?
Ah,
I was wondering why I wouldn't join. I'm like, why is
I was like,
that
wait a minute, wait a
joining?
minute.
What's
I was
up,
like,
man?
wait, what's up? There we
What's
go.
up with ya?
What's up, brother? Look, I had to wear the African
Yeah,
ensemble
yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
no, I
see
had
now.
to.
I'm like, okay. Juneteenth, eh? Pop,
How
eh?
you been, man? It's been a minute. How you been?
Good, man. Just chilling for real. Taking it
Uh,
all in for real. Stressed
well, you
already.
know, we already doing country stuff. Let me go ahead and introduce yourself. I ain't let you do none of that. We just talking like we from the
All
country.
right. For the people
Go
who's
ahead
already
and
on here, my name is Samari I. I'm a mathematics scholar, rising senior from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I currently serve as the 17th Mister Livingstone College. Yes, sir. What's up, bro?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So,
Yes, sir.
we met my first year at freshman and transfer week at the interest meeting.
I remember that. Yeah,
Talk about it.
I need that.
Now, what was your first off? I need to know what was your thoughts when I looked at you and said, "Look, bro, I'm just about my business, getting the job done." So,
I was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay, it's just okay. Strictly business. Okay, okay, okay.
because I was just straightforward with it. I was
It's
like, "Look, this is where I'm at with it."
right, straight to work. As soon as you hit the ground, I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, he about his business. Let me listen to him.
But I just had to say that first because that was a funny introduction that me and you met that way.
Yeah,
Because when
that
I
was.
thought, yeah, that was a funny introduction. But tell me, how did you get to Livingstone? Tell me. I know privately, me and you have
Oh
talked about
yeah,
this.
basically
So
the
tell me,
story. The story. That's what I call it.
yeah,
The story. All
yeah,
right,
tell me
so
how, yeah.
basically, uh, my plan wasn't really to go to Livingstone, surprisingly, but the way things planned out in high school and the way things planned out like with my family and stuff, my sister referred to Livingstone. So it wasn't really a school I was looking at. And plus they came to me like no other school has ever done that. So, when Livingstone came to me, I just at the moment, of my life, at that moment, with my grandma just dying and stuff like that. So it was just like I was already going through a lot. So it's like I don't want to go to college. So why should I go to college? I don't want to. So I was really iffy about it. I was like, no, I don't want to go. I was always pushing it away. And, it came to a point where it's like, oh, it's like give or take now, Mike. Are you going to go or you're not going to go? And my mom knew like I had the intellect. Like I'm smart. I'm not dumb. She knew I had the intellect. So I was just like, all right, you know, let's see how to, they're talking. So any kid that's an athlete, period, coming out of high school, they first gonna hop on like, okay, what the money talking about? Like, I'm trying to, what I'm saying? Scholarships. What's up with it? So that's when I met Coach Davis and stuff, and he's just talking to me, And then that's when I went through the bridge program,
Mm-hmm.
and I hated it. It's like, nah, I was playing. The bridge, I didn't really like, I was antisocial coming out, which is surprising. Like, you'd be surprised that me being antisocial person, like, you'd be surprised, right? I was antisocial. I didn't like talking to nobody. I was just talking to my roommate, and that's it. Like, Bridge 18, you see it? Yeah. So I was just talking to my roommate and going about my business. So later on, it was like towards the end of Bridge, it was like a pageant for Mr. Bridge, and they wanted me to run for it. So of course, I was iffy because again, I'm antisocial. I don't really do all that. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it, and I did it. I still got the videos from the pageant and everything. And the person who helped me was Kamel. Kamel had helped me out. I wore his suit and stuff. It's like, yeah, because I ain't know nothing about wearing suits. So, yeah, so he helped me out with it. Won Mr. Bridge. That's when everything just like took phase. But freshman year, I was going through a lot again. It was more so like stuff at home, what I'm saying? Just stuff popping up, just leave me in the room by myself, just sitting there like, nah, I don't want to do nothing today, da. And then that's when I met Brown. And, that's when he started asking me, do I want to do student activities, just have something to do. So I was like, yeah, I'm just going to do it. As a volunteer, like, I'm just going to do it. And then that's when he told me about running for, Mister Sophomore. And a lot of people don't know this. I don't know if I want to get this information out, but I'm going to anyway, because why not? But I actually lost Mister Sophomore. I actually lost to Tevin. So Tevin became Mister Sophomore. He was Mister Sophomore at the pageant. And I didn't really like lose hope. It's just like, okay, I lost. I mean, because like that's the person I am. I was like, okay. At the time, I'm like, oh, okay, I lost. So now I can focus. I don't have an extra accolade. I can just focus on this one accolade, which is track. So coming back into the school year, Brown actually, asked me for the position. He was like, I want you to be promoted to this position. And I was like, that wasn't my plan. Sophomore year that was not my plan to be Mr. Sophomore. But I had a week to think about it. I had a whole week to think about it. Every day I would go to him, he'd ask the question. I'm like, nah. So, it just came down to a day, and I was like, I'm just not I'm gonna stop, blocking my blessings. I'm just gonna take it, because it's given, it's a given to you. Like, why would you not, take something that's given to you like that, especially when you're at a point where you need to step out your comfort zone. Like, college is where people step out their comfort zone. That's where you really find out who you are for real. High school is just a prelude. You don't really, 9 times out of 10, you're supposed to graduate high school. It's not like a given. You don't have to go to college. That's the option. So I was like, all right, boom. So sophomore year, probably the best year I had at Livingstone. No cap. Probably the best, because that's the last time I seen homecoming. First of all, let me get that out there. Let me get that out there. First of all,
True.
But it's just the atmosphere, like, the type of person that I was going to become, the position I had, the vision I had, and I still have it, even though it's on and off at times where I doubt myself, it's still there. So, I just took it and ran with it. Of course, I won Mr. Junior too, but, that stage, COVID hit.
Stop right there. Stop right there. We'll get to that later. I don't want you to talk about Mr. Junior yet. Don't even. Because we gonna get to that. Just stop.
Well, we gotta. You want to talk about?
No, we'll get to that, because see, I gotta let the people know something before you get to even Mr. Junior.
All right.
I gotta let the people know something.
Yeah.
So just pause.
Go ahead. Let's reverse.
You just pause your stuff right there. I ain't even gonna let you continue the story, because I know that part.
Go ahead, tell it, Charles.
But let me go back a little bit to the beginning of your story, talking about your grandmother passing away, because I think that's what connected me and you that night when we first had our first real talk session with the men at Livingstone, the real talk session with the brothers.
Yeah, real talk.
And after that, me and you talked, and I said, "Look, dude, I know where you coming from. I know exactly." And you kind of looked at me, and I said, "Yeah, man, I just lost my mom. I know how it feels when you lose that person,
that figure."
Yes, that if you act up on aisle 8, 9, 10, and 7, all of them, she gonna praise the Lord and cuss you out at the same time.
No cap.
So, and we had that conversation, and I said, "Man, you're here for a reason, and I know I'm here for a reason, and we got to work this thing together." Now, throughout that, I was going through some academic situations, them calling me a freshman, and you even looked at me that night. You said, "Bro, how you a freshman?" And you got 2 degrees. Yeah, and that's, I said, I don't know. That's what they said. I'm just going with the flow. But shout out to Miss Bostic, Mr. Davis, and again, Mr. Brown. They stayed on top of that. And when they found out that I was supposed to be a sophomore, like I told them, you remember, I was cussing all on that campus. I cussed from Brown office to the administrative office, back to Miss Bostic office. I cussed out everybody. And it was because, and me and you talked about this multiple times, it's because when you have students on campus working hard, and it's not just student leaders, it's athletes, it's people that's sitting in their dorm and doing their business. It's people that we don't even know until we find out they cum laude.
Right.
What? Wait a minute, they cum laude? I didn't even know you was part of my class, to be honest.
Right.
And we say that stuff, and that's what we fight for. And then, of course, sophomore year, some things happened in our class, and when I became sophomore class president, Shout out to Justin Wade.
Shout out Justin Wade.
Shout out to Justin Wade that did a good job, and he told me
he did what he could, basically.
Yes, and you told me, and then he told me, you don't know what you walking into.
Look, Charles went head first though. He was like, "You must not know who I am."
So let's talk about a little bit of that sophomore year when I became president, because the first meeting, you remember, I had a whole agenda. I had old business.
Yeah, you came prepared. What's up, Kendra? What's up, Charlie?
What's up, everybody? Good to see y'all. And y'all all, and everybody looked at me, and you looked up, and you looked down at the paper, and you looked up, you looked down, and you said, all right, let's get it.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Yeah, I remember that.
It was rocky. It was rocky because we were getting the train kind of rolling.
It was, yeah.
We look, that train, we were telling, hey,
that train was hard to move. I ain't even gonna lie.
It was hard to move, but we was getting them on board. Because we had the class meeting, and you looked at me, you said, I know you got faith in this meeting, but you know a lot of people ain't gonna show up. I said, that's cool. And you know what? A lot of people didn't show up. But the beautiful thing about it is we planned.
We planned and we executed.
We had pizza.
Execution.
Yes, and we wanted something in that drive. And then the conference. We ain't even gonna talk about the conference. That shout out to Mr. Davis and you for being the helpers in the because all of that happened right before COVID, and that's why I said don't talk about Mr. Junior year, because originally we had a long conversation right before COVID that we wasn't going to run for anything.
We did.
We had a very long conversation.
We did.
Remember that?
I was like, I don't really feel like I should do this anymore. Cause like, you know, the situation we was already in, like, you know, our class of 22, you know, it's all love. I love class of 22 to death. I do everything for class of 22. You said what? Yeah. Yeah, and then COVID. So it's just like, you know, it's nothing really we're so limited. Literally, we're trapped. We can't really do what we want. And then, you know, I ain't gonna say nothing because I ain't gonna go crazy yet because school year didn't start yet. But, you know, faculty and staff that didn't really, you know, want to listen. But, you know, you can't say it no more. I can't. I'm leaving you. You go ahead and say all that. Because I can't say nothing because they're going to hate me.
I can, but that's a sidebar.
They're going to hate me.
Right before, it was, I think, 3 weeks before we left. And I called, and you were coming in the honors. And I said, hey, bro, come here. I was on duty. I can't remember I know who was sitting in there. Dez was sitting in there. And I looked dead at you, and I said, okay, what if I run for vice president?
And I said, yes. And I said, wait, what about SGA? No. Why are you not? I remember
you, and I told you, I said, now, this is going to be my end of my journey. And you said, you're serious. You're not going to run for SGA.
Yeah, I was like, you're playing.
And a lot of people didn't even realize I was already stuck on not running for SGA president a year ago.
Yeah. You told me about that.
Yeah, I knew in my heart that journey of my life and that chapter was closing, and it was time for something new.
Right.
But tell me some of your influence leaders, because to be honest,
yes.
When I first met you, I saw the leader in you. So tell me some of your influence.
Right, so
go ahead.
First and foremost, let me get my boy EJ out there, because that man right there is, when it comes to more so not like, EJ as a person too, but the way he carried himself throughout his whole reign of Mister Livingstone is something that I really based my whole vision on. It's because I see the accolades and then I see the gaps. So it's just like I've been through 3 influential Mr. Livingstones in their own way, though. EJ was more so driven to be a top. Like, you know, he always had that head first. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do this. He didn't really sit and just be like, oh yeah, I'm Mr. Livingstone. You know, he had a purpose, he had a drive, he had a vision, you know, he was the, you know, the ideal, you know, Mr. Livingstone. But that's because that's only what I seen, because my freshman year, that's all I seen. Like EJ was Mr. Livingstone, you know, I didn't meet no other past Mr. Livingstones. So yeah, and then after EJ, of course, J. Lou, but I mean, yeah, that was sophomore year. So it would be EJ, Bobby. Bobby is a big influencer. Bobby is, yeah.
You know
When
what?
I come to Bobby and I be like, Bobby, look, I don't know if I wanna, he'd be like, shut up. I'd be like,
But let me just say this about Bobby. Bobby is a realist. That's one thing I loved
right,
about working with him. He was
right.
going to shoot it to you straight. Every
Facts.
time, especially last year, I think I came up to him and asked him about a committee. Thank you to him. Thank you to Bobby. Shout out to him. He said, look, bro, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. They ain't going to listen.
Yeah, man. I don't know why yeah. He should have knew that, though. He should have knew that. Him out of all people, he should have knew that.
And no. It was me trying to get the Senate. And so he came and he said, bro, they're not going to listen to you. He's like, you know how many people have tried? Erica tried. And he kept telling me, he's like, they not. And I said, at least he honest. That's the one thing I loved about him. Yeah, you're exactly right. So I'm going to give you one name, a couple names that may have influenced you as well, because we've talked about it privately.
Okay.
Just
I want to hear this.
Give me your first thought. Malcolm X, because you told me you think you like the Malcolm, so me and you have talked about this privately a little bit.
What's up, 16th? But
Good
yeah,
to see you,
16th. But yeah, Malcolm. The reason why Brown is probably going to not like this, but the reason why Malcolm, I'll say Malcolm X, is because, like, you know, if he sees that one thing isn't working and there's no other path, he's going to force himself to execute. When he's going to force himself to get the job done. And that's something that, you know, that's something I've been through. So it's like, if I can't do this, if we can't have this meeting, I'll finna do it myself. Oh well. That's it. I'm here for it. 17 facts. But but yeah. Malcolm, yeah. Malcolm. That's one.
So now you're a student athlete too. So I gotta give an athlete. But before I give an athlete, I want to ask this question: how does being on the track and those skills that you have to have in the discipline, because it's discipline running track. You got to have technical savvy. You got to have speed. You got to have agility. You got to have body. People don't realize body weight plays a role in that speed.
Big role.
Yes. Especially if you're a long jumper or do hurdles or do
triple jump.
Yes. But how does that side of it play a role in your leadership walk? Because as people tend to think, oh well, student athletes don't have no leadership qualities. All they do is they play their sport.
I've been waiting for this question.
So how did you work that in? Because, you know, I'm a basketball coach, so I kind of know how it works. But explain to the people as an athlete how it works.
Okay, so basically, of course, when I came to Livingstone, I was a track runner. I was a student. I was not, ambassador. I was not a leader. Well, I wasn't a brand ambassador or a premier ambassador or a ambassador period, but I was a leader in my own way. But it's really just like being the type of person, knowing I'm that type of person, that will speak to you if spoken to. I'm going to speak to you, just check on you every day. So like, it's like when I go to practice, for instance, I speak to them, I laugh with them, I give constructive criticism, whether that be my friend, my bros. No, I'm just going to, tell you. And then I take that back. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, of course he's, Mister Sophomore, he's Mister Junior, and now he's Mister Livingstone. That doesn't exclude anything, like, at all. Because before I even touched foot on Livingstone campus, I was already a leader on my track team in high school. So I was the only senior that literally did every single race you could think of. Literally, from 4x8 to the 100. I did it without question, I just did it. That's just, I had that's my job. I'm the leader of the track team. I have to do it. And and just like when people say, they never see me frown, they rarely see me frown. Like, smiling every day. That played a role too. So it's just, a lot of people in that has come up at Livingstone a lot, how they say athletes don't really meet the accolades that, a lot of leaders on camp have, and how it's always biased when athletes should be held at a high standard, but they focus more so on, like, no offense, but like, you're Greeks. So like you're held at a, higher standard, and then, the premier ambassadors, they're held at a higher standard. But athletes themselves should be held at a high standard too. Because, again, that's what brings money to school. That's what brings students to the school. Athletics. So, that's my take on it, for real.
That's good. And the beautiful thing about it is you told me that
Actually,
off this camera, and I told you how I felt about how it's important for the student to come first, and then the athletics, and how seeing how you do it,
right?
Because you take your class seriously.
I do.
I found that out.
I do.
I found that out. So you remember I came to you and I was like, man, how we get this Tubman building open? Me and Desmond came to you and was like, look, we're get this Tubman building open. And we talked to you that night in honor. She was like, look, it's possible. But y'all gonna have to
work.
Y'all have to fight. And I said, and I kind of looked at you. I said, why I gotta work for a building to be open for people to do homework? Ain't that kind of what we supposed to do? And you just shook your head. And what you doing now is what you did literally. But
hey,
why do you fight so hard for other students? Because a lot of people think,
I love this question.
And here's my take on it, because me and you have talked about this. A lot of people don't even realize that student and leader piece. That leader piece, sometimes we do it by ourselves. Sometimes we get hell no's, F U's, go figure it out. Y'all should have done this. It's y'all fault that y'all had this. It's y'all fault that something happened. And then we get all this backlash. But what people don't realize is we fight every day. And the beautiful thing about it is we want others to see the leader in them. It's not like, oh, well, we just want to be the talk of the campus. No, we want other people to go on this board with us. Come on, I want you to run. That's why I needed to get off SGA, so somebody else can run. I need somebody else to do it, because if I continue to do it, and that was the thing. So tell me what it's like, because you've been in that room by yourself. You've had those conversations when we were pissed off. I've seen you and heard you, man. I've heard you quite mad plenty of times.
Yeah. So the main reason why I fight so hard for students in general is because, you know, it really was progressive for real. Because, you know, coming from an antisocial background, I didn't really like meeting new people. I don't, you know, moving and stuff wasn't really, you know, it wasn't really my forte. But, you know, opening up in college really, like, I got to see both sides because, you know, I was cool with the staff already. You know, I got cool with, very, very close with the staff. So, like, they knew me already. And then I'll have relationships with the students. And it was just like, okay, so, like, you know, I'm cool with them and the staff. So why can't I just get their voice, and bring it to the staff so we can get something together? But it's more so like my position that I had wasn't enough. If you get what I'm saying, it wasn't. It didn't have that extra push. You know, it was like, oh yeah, he's a student, he's driven, he's for the students, because every single person in class of 22, I swear to you, I do this for y'all. Like I do this for them. Like, you know, of course me too, but like, you know, because I love to do it. It's my passion. Like I love to do it. You know, I like people. I'm not mean. So it's more so like I see people talk about the issue, and I have the tools in front of me to fix that issue. I have the position to go relay that issue and get it fixed. So why not fight? Like, it's like we're students. We bring money to the school, of course. We're the first centerpiece. We are the heart of a school, period. Any school you go to, the student.
Hold up. I want you to say that one more time.
Hey,
What's the important piece to the student
PNC,
body?
the students.
I say it one more time because I need college students to understand.
These students. I look, Charles, I can say it now. I'm going to keep saying it. It's they're students. Like, if literally, like, I fight, even when I don't feel like fighting. Like, if a person comes to piss me off, which you will rarely see, if a person comes to piss me off, I'm just gonna look at them. But, like, you know, I could just be like, forget all this and let them suffer. But, like, why would I do that? Because, like, I know what it is. I know how it is to, like, come from nothing, to have nobody, like, listen to you. I know how it is to, like, not have that position or that high of an accolade to go make that change work, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I literally come from a place where there is no success. Literally, very slim to any success. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if I'm in a position to help somebody get up off that pedestal to get where they need to be, and have them, the faculty specifically and staff, listen and follow through, it's just gonna make the campus even more better. Because it's like, why not? Why would you not do it? You know what I'm saying? And you rarely see that in the HBCU. You're gonna see it, but you rarely see it. And that's where EJ falls in. That's where Bobby falls in. Morgan falls in. Like, that's where they fall in. Anthony Bowman, Carly, Erica, that's where they fall in. Ken, that's when everybody falls in. It's the gaps. It's the consistent one mission. Literally, he can strike me down right now. This is literally the most problematic thing at Livingstone. It's the student and staff relationship. That's all it is.
And it's funny that you bring that up, because right after the election, a lot of people don't even realize what happens behind the closed doors of leadership. And we met and we planned and we even got mad at each other to the point of, look, we just need a break.
What's up, sis?
And so they came to us and they was like, what's y'all plan? Here it is. We had this whole plan.
Yep.
And so they basically looked at us And you remember the Zoom call meeting? Everybody was on the Zoom call. And you even told me before the Zoom call, you better just expect bad news, bro. They ain't gonna do none of this. They might do the voting a bit, but that's it. I said, bro, we in COVID. Give us just a little bit of faith. And you was like, bro. And they said, well, yeah, it's a nice plan. We'll think about it. What?
Like, yeah, like
I unmuted my mom and I said, excuse me, what's the problem? We was all confused because we was like, y'all asked us, like, and this is where I tell students, you have leadership in you, because we as the student leaders just can't use our voice without your voice. We cannot work without y'all.
Right.
We don't work without y'all. And so
Right.
that whole summer, it was hard. So we was going into a school year blind, because everything that we had ideas and planned and tried to put together was basically shot down. And we're like, okay, so what do we do
next?
now?
Yeah. Right.
And you kind of, and you looked at me and you asked me a question. It was right around the voting events that we were doing. You was like, bro, it seems like you only come on campus just to work. I say, bro, that's my obligation to the student body.
Literally.
I was like, that's my obligation.
Literally.
When the cap issue happened, I showed up. I said, what's happening? What's happening? I got students calling me. What's happening in here?
And the funny thing is, we got out fresh out of a meeting when that happened. Fresh out of a meeting. And that incident proved 3 things in that meeting. That's just crazy.
And we talked about it. And so what made me upset was, and what made me realize it, and I had to come appreciate you and tell you thank you, was the fact that you and Chris and Anthony and Carly, me and Carly, we butted heads. I said, Carly, no, they're going to listen to us. And Carly was like, I love you, VP, but I'm telling you. And you said, bro, I love your plan. I see the vision. I see the conference. I see the workshop. Look, the job fairs. Did we not talk about jobs?
Yes.
Did we not? We talked about all of this. And it was like, I'm just going to step on some toes since it was Juneteenth yesterday, but I don't care because this is my podcast and this is my guest. Talk about Black empowerment. Not empower our own Black people. Yes, I said it. Have a problem with it if you want to, but we cannot. Did I not say that? Have I not said that in meetings before? I ain't saying nothing that I ain't never said before. I done said it plenty of times. I probably was cussing though. That's probably that's why I went out one end after the other. I'm a vice president.
Yeah, I'm already knowing. I'm already knowing.
But we went through that journey and we fought, but we stayed together and we stayed connected. And some other stuff happened throughout that year, throughout last year. And you were the one that came to me and said, Charles, I understand why you mad, but you got to look at it on the other side. And it was cool that you did that, because I had to remember, wait a minute. Yes, I'm grown, but wait, I was 21, 22, 19. But what made you just step out and just holler at me? Because you called me. You said, bro, I understand why you mad. And you know what was, and I was more mad. And I was mad at the student body because me and you talked about it. And the situations that I'm talking about. But what made you just reach out and say, let me calm him down. Let me talk to him. Let me see if I can get in his head. Because it made me realize, okay, I can't be as mad as them as I should be at the other side. So tell me why you reached out to me and did that, man. That was because it was a good dialogue. Because we agreed to disagree.
Yeah, we did.
Agree to disagree.
So it's mainly because, like, when I seen, like, of course, I knew how pissed off you was. So it's like, all right, so we got Charles. He's already on 10. 1, he's probably one of the loudest voices we have for the students at that time. So I was just like, yeah, this not working. I don't think he knows, like, it's not just one-sided. So let me just go ahead and call him and just, tell him, like, even though this might not work, it's always not just this. This is not the staff, faculty, but sometimes it's not, we can't really help it because, we can give but so much to them. We can plan but so much. We can have but so much vision. It's up to them to take it in. So that's why I was telling you, like, don't stress yourself. I can see why you mad. Like, don't stress it because, like, it's nothing. We have the vision. We had the vision, but it was mainly because, like, at the time, we did have the conversation about, running and stuff. So it's just like, if it happens, boom, that's your time. Boom, you can make it happen. Boom, people are gonna listen because they're gonna have to listen. Boom.
Yeah.
So it's just like boom there. Then everything started to fall in place a little bit. It wasn't really as much, but it was gradually falling in place. But I can tell you this: that same vision, I'm making it happen.
So
I'm making it happen.
It was tough because because to me, I was called Unc on campus. So to me, it hit to me like, and to be honest, I haven't said this. I've said this to you, but I take it with honor that students call me Unc, that they look at me as somebody that they can come to and say, look, this is how I'm feeling. This is how I'm mad. I'm feeling. So I take that with honor and appreciation and pride. I don't take that lightly, and I told you that, and I told you that, Robert. And that's why I was also upset because I'm looking at it saying, wait a minute, y'all, come on, y'all, like we can turn up. Let's turn up, but let's be smart. Like let's turn up. I was like, let's turn up and let's be smart.
Right.
So let's get into the last piece of this conversation because this is
ain't nothing bad with that though. Ain't nothing wrong with that though.
No, it's not. No, it's not at all.
You're in college.
It's not at all, and that's the appreciation of it. Because I tell y'all, what did I tell y'all homecoming? Have a good time, but make sure everybody's safe and cool, and that's it.
And that's all it is to it, for real.
But let's get into newly elected. To be honest, let me first say thank you for letting me give you constructive criticism on running for Mr. Junior, because I kind of told you, I was like, look, bro, I'm running for vice president. I need you. It ain't no, I look, you running. And you was like, all right, bro, I'll run.
Yeah, I was like,
so thank you for letting me give you the constructive criticism.
And thank you for telling me to do it. I'm glad I did, though. I'm glad I did.
We were both looking at each other like.
Yeah, we was like, I don't know.
Hey, if you, then
if you do it, I'll do it. You don't do it, I'm not gonna do it. That's how it was, for real.
But Mr. Livingstone, since I met you, that was your vision. But your vision, and a lot of people think your vision was just a position. Let me first say, as you've been the newly elected, nothing matters most to him, your student body, than getting the voice of the voiceless out
I
there
am
to
their
the people.
Voice, literally.
So let me just say that I can validate this for sure without a shadow of a doubt, because you have you backed me every step of the way. You said, bro, whatever you need. I don't know how you're gonna get these students to the conference, but hey, bro, I got you. I'll get some speakers. We'll get a panel, all of that. So now you're here. Brief intermission.
Cheers.
Um, I love those brief intermissions. So you're now here at Mister Livingstone,
Right.
and
Long
of
way
course,
journey.
of course, to you, I know is not just about the title, but
Right. And I think
now
that a
that
lot of people don't realize, like a lot of people that came after the fact, like, you know, they don't really know like how long I've really been working in silent. I have not been loud about this position at all. Like it's times where I tell people I don't feel like I don't want to run at all. Literally, I'll be open and I just don't want to do it. But silently, no matter how many times I tell myself I don't want to do it, I've been working, literally planning, meeting people. Charles, example. It's just I've been every step. I've taken an accolade out of that step just to push me ahead even further. And a lot of people don't realize that. That's why I tell them, like, you know, me being Mr. Sophomore, Mr. Junior is just Mr. Sophomore, Mr. Junior. Like, versus me being Mr. Livingstone, where I can actually show y'all. I can actually show y'all what I'm capable of. Like, you know, and it's not just more so me. It's literally all the students, like literally the student leaders, student athletes, the student in general, like, you know. So, you know.
so when you say that, because I
Thank
want to get
you.
right to the hot seat. And the hottest question that I got, when you think about the last dance, as you like to call it.
Oh, the
Where
last
do you
race?
see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the last race, the last dance, the last look. If the 4x1, you the last leg, you know.
The
Go,
last
go, go,
leg, the
stick,
anchor.
stick, stick. Yes, the
The
anchor.
anchor.
Where do you see the vision in a year from now as you prepare to graduate, as you prepare to go on your next journey? Where do you see?
Ooh. All
What,
right.
yeah.
I got some juice for you. I really want to save it for.
Don't drop all the gems. Don't
Nah,
drop
I ain't
all
gonna
the gems.
drop
Just
all
drop
of
a
it.
few.
I'm just gonna drop a
Drop a
little
few of
tad.
them.
It's a little tad. All right, so the vision from a year from now is like I hope that, you know, if it works, is to have a constructed program or programs, because I'm really trying to get like more than one. We're all trying to get more than one. So is to have programs improve for students, specifically for students to help academically, mainly academically and supportive wise. So more so like, you know, you have the Success Center to help you, know, with your, you know, classes and everything. But I want to have a program that not just benefits them academically. You know, it benefits them like a Blueberry Buddy benefits their Blueberry Buddy, you know? And I want to incorporate a mental health program because that's a big thing that they do not realize students have problems with. Like a lot of students on campus have mental health issues and they don't realize it. It's just because the person I am, they feel comfortable talking to me about it. So that's
good.
that's the only cup of juice I'm giving to you. Right.
That's all the juice they need. Don't give them all the juice.
But a year from now, I want the school to have its pride back. Like the pride I seen 2018. That's what I want to see in a year from now. I want to see student to staff ratio increase. I want to see student staff relationship increase. I want to see student to student body relationship increase, academic increase. I want to see athletics incorporate with students and student leaders, not just more so separate groups. I want them to work together to push the vision because it's all about us. We have to make it happen. It's not just staff. We have to do it, and we have the voice to do it because, of course, we have people on board that's going to listen and give your feedback to them. So that's the vision that I have, is to incorporate it, and hopefully, you know what? I was going to speak it into existence. It will be.
There you go.
It will be.
Because if
what,
you didn't, I was.
Yeah, I know.
That's
why I stopped myself. That's why I stopped myself. I was like,
you already know I was going to do it.
Yeah.
let me get a little. Like I said, I got to put you on the hot seat now. But last year was tough for us because we seen a lot as black men, we seen a lot as black women, we seen a lot as society, and a lot of people don't even realize your position holds the role of not just looking nice and wearing suits and taking pictures. I got a reality check. I learned a lot.
That's true though. That's true though.
It's about marching and having a stance and taking a stand and standing firm on what you standing on.
Being that premier ambassador.
But you think George Floyd and the influence that you're going to have on other black men, because no matter if you like it or not, you're going to have influence on black men, older, younger, in the middle. You're going to have the haters hating, you're going to have the lovers loving, and you're going to have everybody in the middle. But when you think about every black person that you have to influence, and every black young person, because now the young eyes is going to be watching. When they're at the football games, they're going to see, wow, these young men, these young girls going to be like, wow, I want to be Mr. I want to be Mrs. When you think about that and seeing the George Floyds and the Breonna Taylor and that hype of the social justice, how do you take that with your vision and journey?
All right, so speaking more so on like the problems that we had society-wise, incorporating that, like, you know, we are black men, so we held as a target wherever we go. We're a target. So, you know, me personally, of course, coming from a place where there's more drugs and guns than a pencil and a paper, you know, it's like, you know, if I can have them look up to me and say, dude, I'm proud of you, you know, you're my inspiration. I know for a fact, if I go to another state and do the same thing, it's going to be even bigger. So that's literally all it is. You know, coming into Livingstone, of course, it being an HBCU in general, and I'm being a premier ambassador for an HBCU, and having a background coming from a place where my minorities are striving, and then they're trying their best to get to where, you know, people like, you know, who could I say? I mean, in college in general, because rarely you would see that. Literally, rarely you would see that. I'm used to seeing people make it to their sophomore year of high school and dropping out. That's what I'm used to seeing. I'm used to seeing people graduate and them just, you know, dropping out. A couple years later, they're like, you know, what happened? So, you know, being that person that, you know, I can go to a minority or a neighborhood in general that's you know, like us, giving that, you know, extra accolade. Oh, like, he's wearing a suit. Like, I don't really see that. It's just simple stuff like that. Like, you rarely see stuff like that. Well, where I'm from, you rarely see stuff like that. So it's just like, you know, if I can have that impression on one black male or a black person in general, I know for a fact that's going to incorporate every single black person that I encounter. Because 9 times out of 10, you're going to meet people like that. You're going to, and that's another thing. I want to incorporate a community, like a community involved thing that's going to be at Livingstone until I'm nowhere near Earth. Like, literally, I want that to continue on. So I'm trying to really base every single thing and build upon it. Because, like, it's there. We have the tools. We just have to put it into work, if you get what I'm saying. Like, when have we actually did a community involved event? Like, it's been a long time since I've seen that. So
I hear your tone. Sir, this evening.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to go big or go home, Charles. Like, but my plan is to go to that area, where it's majority of minorities, and implement that. Like, it's not, you don't have to be afraid to step out your comfort zone. If you have an inspiration to be someone like how I am, or someone in general that's ahead of the game, that's doing what they doing, and that are black, specifically a black male who is held at we're trying to go here, but in society we're like this. You know what I'm saying? So if you see somebody like that, that's going to inspire you. And that's, again, that draws back to, the people who inspire me. And then one of them is actually on here, Val. So it's just like, seeing people like that carries a long way. And I'm an example. I'm a minority. Literally, I came from a minority area, like majority minorities. You rarely see anything like this where I'm from. So it's just like, if I can do it, I know for a fact someone else can do it. And that's the mindset that I want them to have. If he can do it, I can do it. That's all it is. When I say I'm the voice and I'm for them, like literally I stand on it. Literally. The title can go, I can have the title, that's just another accolade. But I actually stand on what I mean. And that's all it is for real. But you knew
the fact, yeah, I'm about to say the fact that we talked about this, and see, this is why I title a lot of people. I had somebody ask me this: why did you title Beneath the Surface? That's plain. I said because sometimes you got to really get to know somebody, because you may know them, but if you really dig down deep, and I got to really know you and hear these conversations, and I said, this dude is different. He's different. He wants to be more than just the status quo.
Right.
So I thank you for that. I thank you for our friendship. But before we leave, since I know you so well, do you have anything you would like to ask me? I'm just gonna throw that out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you.
I'm gonna ask. All right. So what is your plans to voice your opinions this upcoming semester? Because I know you're gonna want to say something. I know for a fact.
Okay.
So what is your role? You don't have it, but you do have a role. So like, where are you standing this upcoming semester? Where are you at mentally too?
So in a mental place, I'm at peace.
Okay.
When I made the decision last year to not run, I was at peace because I knew the time that I was going to have with my sister and my family, and me and you talked about those things. So I knew I was going to have that time to really just take everything in finally and just say, let me reflect a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as leadership, I'm not shutting my mouth. I'm going to call y'all. I'm going to fuss. I'm going to cuss. If I got an issue with a teacher, an advisor, I'm going to call y'all. I'm going to cuss and fuss. Because here's the thing. Now that I'm on the other side of it, can't nobody say, well, Charles, you just do it because you in SGA. Now I do it because I'm a student. Now what can you say? And that's where I'm at with it. And I'm comfortable with it. And so for me, I'm just looking at it saying, enjoy this last year. Prepare for law school, Lord willing, if law school calls me. If that's the route that I go, then I go that route. If I go back to education, I go that route too. But as far for me, I'm not going to shut up. Charles didn't shut. I started talking when I got to Livingstone. As soon as my feet touched.
As soon as you stepped on Livingstone campus. Yeah.
I asked the question, what the hell is going on here? What's happening? Why are we all out of order? Yes, I did. That's how yes, I ain't stopped talking since I got there. So that's where I'm at with it. That's honestly where I'm at with it. But I'm proud of the board. I'm proud of everybody that was elected. I'm proud of everybody that ran, because it takes a leadership step. It takes to be comfortable to be uncomfortable. It takes comfortability to be uncomfortable out in those spaces, and to put your stuff out there and to say, this is who I am. I'm giving y'all the good, the bad, the ugly. Because here's the truth about it. If you really want to find out who we are,
How you doing, my boy?
what's up? What's up? How you doing? If you really want to find out who we are, a lot of us, you can find out who we are through social media, through our
Right.
pictures, through our comments.
Watch
through
this.
what we say.
Watch this. Outside of Livingstone campus, anywhere, literally.
There you go.
Literally.
So yeah, man, that's where I'm at with it.
All right.
I'm at peace. So
Respect,
whatever
respect.
role y'all need me to play, if it's just, hey, what would you do about this? Where we need
You know what I'm about to
somebody
say?
to just what?
You already know what I'm about to say.
What you about to say?
Whatever we need you to do. All right, say less. It's like, nah.
You know, wherever y'all need me, y'all know I will come. You know, first day I was on campus, I asked who need help setting up, breaking down. What's up? So y'all know, I'm right there. So I'm one phone call away, but I'm not no position. So
Nah,
there it is.
I'm gonna need you though. I plan to have a lot of real talks this year.
Okay, definitely. I'm for it. I'm for it. I'm uncensored sometimes.
Make the initiative.
So depending on the topic, I might get uncensored, get edgy.
Hey,
But yeah, man, that's where I'm at with it. I'm just excited
Okay.
for y'all. I'm ready to see y'all journey
right.
and where y'all take it.
Respect. I'm shocked. I'm ready for this board though. This board, I like it.
It's funny that you asked me that question because I got a feeling I'm gonna get that question in a couple of nights from somebody else that I'm having. So,
Probably.
Is there any more questions you got for me?
No, that was the main question. That was the main
Yeah,
question because
man.
you knew I was gonna ask. That was the main question. You knew I was gonna ask.
Yeah, but yeah, let me just say this now that you're on here because you're the first one to answer the question. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody from Roe Anchor Bears to Livingstone, because without the students, thank the students really.
Right.
Without y'all, and let me just say, I can say this now because I ain't got no position. But I can say this for him and everybody else that got a position. We don't bust our ass without the student body. We cannot bust our ass without y'all opening y'all mouths, voicing y'all opinions.
Right.
We can't do it. I cannot be stressed out without y'all.
Right. What's up, Kimani?
What's up? Good to see y'all. We cannot do it. And so that's the beauty of it. And I'm going to put y'all to work. And I want the student body to put y'all to work. Because here's the thing. Y'all can do the work.
Mm-hmm.
I know y'all can do the work. Y'all have been assigned to do the work. Because the student body believed in you. Just like they believed in me and Carla. Just like they believed in Anthony and Erica, just like they believed in the last administration, in the last board. You are elected in SGA because somebody had the knowledge and the wherewithal to see your ability and say, I believe in you.
Right.
So that's where I'm at with it. I'm just grateful for the journey, man. And I'm just reflecting on it. Thanking God for it.
Facts.
Thanking God for it. Because
there is no limit to success, and failure is non-existent to a man who believes that God will provide.
And people don't realize the family sacrifice that we have to give away from our family.
Big sacrifice.
Because before pre-COVID, it was the traveling, the pictures, being on campus early. I got to go here. I got to be at Bridge. I got to go to a state conference. I got to meet with this person. I got to meet with the kings and queens. People don't understand the family sacrifice.
The daily sacrifice, to be honest.
Right. It's a family sacrifice in leadership. My sisters, while my mom was sick, took a lot of the blunt while I was able to be on the state board and travel to Raleigh and go to state conferences and travel to Livingstone and visit while nobody knew I was there visiting, meeting with Mr. Well, we ain't gonna talk about them. Anyway, we ain't gonna talk about them. but they don't realize the sacrifice that our families make. It's a big sacrifice because you leave campus early, you stay at campus late. What homecoming week? What time did we get back to our room? 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Look, and then you get in the phone call. Can y'all set up by 10 o'clock? Oh, we only got 3 hours of street, but yeah, we got to because it got to be done.
Right.
You got your mama calling you talking about, well, I thought you was coming home this weekend. Well,
mama, something came up.
I can't. I got to get this.
I got to go. I got to go to this conference. I got to talk to you. I got to do this, though.
So, that's what I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying my baby niece. If anybody has seen any of my stories, of course, when I'm with my baby niece, I'm enjoying her time as well. So I'm enjoying just seeing her growth. So I'm honestly, bro, I'm happy. I'm so happy with it because, like I told you because you asked me one last time. You remember? You said, bro. Hey, how you doing? I can get them reconnected. If not, it's all good. It's all good, you guys. But what I was saying before I get off of here, thank you to the newly elected Mister Livingstone for joining me. Thank you to everybody joining me. We about to sign off of here. Thank you for joining me for Beneath the Surface tonight. I want to thank my guest, the newly elected Mr. Livingstone. I'm excited about what he's going to do. I'm excited about what everybody's going to do in this next journey. Let me see if I can get him back on here right quick. There he is. Let's see if I can get him back on here. There you go.
Difficulties.
Technical difficulties, but we got you back. But yeah, man, like I was saying, I'm at peace with it. I'm happy. But yeah, I'm just like I said, grateful for the journey.
Right.
But I'm not gonna shut the hell up. You know I'm not.
I know you're not. I'm not even worried about it. I'm not even worried about it.
Thank you for our brotherhood, man.
Right.
Because
without that, I swear
we have class. A lot of people would think, we dap each other up, not even realize we done class the night before or the day before or had why the world ain't nobody doing this. We done had long conversations and long nights and I know people on the first floor heard me yelling and screaming, pissed off, talking to you multiple times, and you knew I didn't care because they felt the same way.
Yeah, they did. To be honest, they would come and talk to me about it. They were like, "Man, I don't lie. I ain't gonna lie. I believe that. I agree with y'all." I was like, "Yeah." So, hey,
thank you for joining me. Do you have any final words for the people, man?
Okay, yeah, of course. As you're 17, I gotta be extra.
Yeah, I know you gotta be.
But as y'all 17th, man, I'm not gonna let this title push me any other way. I'm the same person. Y'all can still come, talk to me. Let me know what y'all want to see. Let me know what y'all got on y'all mind. Let me know anything that'll help. I swear y'all can just let me know. I'm gonna try my best 110% to make it happen because again, for y'all, like I'm doing this for me, but like it's more for y'all. Like the vision is not the vision without the students. So
70% of it is student.
Right.
That's why we do.
If you want to be real, it's 95, but
Well, now to me it's 70%. I done cut mine down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
But I appreciate everybody that. Okay, go ahead.
Nah, go ahead. I'm gonna let you go ahead
Okay.
and close it.
But now I just want to appreciate everybody who, put in the work and time and patience, and everybody that stuck with me, even when I was like, I don't want to run for this, I don't want to do this no more. The people that pushed me forward, and all the people that actually took the time to know who I am, and then just based off of what they see.
So, thank y'all for joining us tonight. Because I'm not even gonna add nothing else to that because I was about to say something. I was about to put in my first request for him to get some work done, but I ain't gonna do that live. Actually, no, I am gonna do that live. I lied.
No.
Thank you, Lord, for letting me lie, but thank you for forgiveness too. I just lied publicly. That's the first time I lied on the podcast. And I can say this because he has said yes. You will be one of my guest speakers for the Vibes Conference. This is an incoming freshman conference that we do for incoming freshmen, community college, and college students. And this is the first time that I'm announcing this with you for all incoming freshmen, so you can get the word out to freshmen that you know that's going to college. I will be giving away a free laptop. I'm buying a free laptop out of my own money because somebody did it for me when I went to community college. They went in and bought a laptop. My mama didn't have to spend it. They did it for me. So it's only right for me to start that new. And that's something that also I was going to do. Just start giving back and doing things
It's
people
stuff
have
like
done for me.
stuff like that.
So I just wanted to let that be known. It's been on my heart. But I just wanted to let that know that. So all y'all that's on this live stream that know a freshman that's going to college, y'all better tell them when the registration come out because I'm giving away a free laptop. I'm buying it. It's going to be theirs. They ain't free of charge. They ain't got to just sign up, come to the conference, and we're going to pick a name, and that's it.
Right.
But you definitely going to be part of it. And so that's the beautiful thing. Your Mister Livingstone get started early at the Vibes Conference. Yeah, we getting it started early. Actually, we getting started early now because you're on the podcast.
Right. business started early.
We're getting started early on the podcast. But you guys, thank y'all for joining me these last couple nights, man. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to Chris. Thank you to Chris, my last guest. Thank you to him. Thank you to everybody that has joined me. We got Justin on Wednesday. I just want to let everybody know we do got Minister Justin Wade this Wednesday. So I'm excited about that one. I got the 3-piece suit for that one. You gotta
you gotta wear a suit with Justin. You gotta wear a suit
for that one. I definitely gotta wear a suit for that one. But
definitely.
Thank y'all for joining me. Thank y'all for supporting me. On Beneath the Surface thus far, we got a lot of more stuff coming. A lot of more guests, believe me, a lot of more guests. I got some people I want to put in the hot seat, but we ain't gonna talk about them folks yet. But they gonna be put in the hot seat.
All right.
But till we meet again, we will see y'all Wednesday night prayerfully.
Right.
And I do hope, just like Mister Livingstone here, the newly elected Mister Livingstone, we do hope that your family, your friends, and that you are doing well and that you have a good week. And again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers, all the mentors, all the uncles, all the granddaddies, all the
successful black men, black fathers,
all the men that has influenced young people. We say happy Father's Day to you.
Right.
Thank you. Signing off.
I got one more question. Are you posting this live?
I am posting the live.
Thank you.
I do post it live, and I do put them on my YouTube channel, but I haven't edited any of them yet.
Okay.
So they will be on Instagram and the YouTube channel, and then once I get the podcast thing set up, it's going to be on my podcast where you can stream it on Apple Podcast. Yeah. So, since I'm not an SGA, I'm still doing SGA stuff. But,
I feel you. I feel you. Stay active with it. Stay active.
No. And they get in the podcast room at Livingstone. Hey, watch out. Y'all keep on. It's going to be Livingstone and Charles and the boys. We're going to be setting up there. What's the situation is?
Look, we got a situation. Head to the podcast room. Head to the podcast room.
Well, head to the
Let's go.
podcast room.
Let's go.
But till next time, you guys, we'll see y'all.
Right.
Everybody that's joining me, please go watch this, share it. And
Right,
also,
share this, man.
before I get off here, because I say this with everybody, get on the train before this train start moving. Y'all wait till the train start moving, and then y'all want to get on somebody's train because y'all see them being successful. Get on this train now. Don't wait for him to start getting all successful and everything. Wait a minute, Samari. Wait, hold on. Stop the train. Samari, don't you stop that train. You better just keep it.
Hey, look.
Conductor.
Hey, look. I ain't even gonna be the one driving. I'm just gonna let it roll.
Hey, conductor, keep the. Hey.
I'm gonna be too busy making sure the passenger's straight to be driving straight.
There you go. There you go. So please get on this brother's train before this train start moving. Don't be waiting till the last minute.
Right.
So peace and blessings to everybody. We out.
Right.
Till next time. We'll holler.